We get properties sold for good money because we sell locally to local buyers who know the market and will pay top price.
We want to get every last penny that we can for our clients, so I'm going to extract as much, from the audience as we possibly can. It was an elderly gentleman's property, quite a quirky property inside. Wouldn't suit a family looking at it with a view to moving straight in. It needs some work doing, so therefore it's a perfect auction property, because auction by its merits produces a lot of investors, developers, cash buyers, people who are looking for something to do some work too, and this is very much a good example of that.
Over the last 5 years, the business has grown and we consistently sold 90% of what's been entered. And that ranges right the way across the board, from residential properties to commercial to building plots, everything under the sun we've sold.
Auction's a great way to sell non-traditional property that would be difficult to sell through a local agent, so something that's in need of work, whether that be cosmetic or structural, or something that's sat on the market for a little while with an estate agent who hasn't achieved a sale.
We've had instructions from all sorts of people, from solicitors, a lot of probate work. We have corporate instructions from local authorities, because they know that if we sell on a local patch, we're going to get more money for their property than selling it through a regional centre where buyers don't know local values.
We insist on inspecting each property if we can, which is crucial from a selling point of view, because if they're fully informed, then they're going to feel comfortable to come and bid on the day.
We have our events at the Chester Racecourse, which is a fantastic venue. We have solicitors there so the buyers can ask the solicitors legal questions they may have at that late stage, and at 2 o'clock the auction starts.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edward. It's the day that you've worked really hard in the 6 weeks in the run-up to the auction too. There's a lot of nerves, a lot of excitement. On to lot 1.
The atmosphere is pretty electric.
51, 52 may I say. It's against you, sir.
We have about 20 to 25 lots and we often have 200 people in the room.
Super property for the money. We like to have a strong nucleus of properties in our catalogue to make sure that we can concentrate properly on the properties that we've got and sell them for the best money that we can. 96,000, 98,000, 100,000. Sold. I'm going to extract as much from the audience as we possibly can. Bids at 84,000 on the telephone. If I think there's another 50, 100 pounds to get, I'll keep going until I don't think that we can get any more. Sold. Well bid, sir.
The hammer falls. The buyer is successful, goes to meet the legal representative in the room to sign a legally binding contract and pay the deposit. We find out what the buyers are going to do with that property, because obviously we can offer them assistance in the renovation or the rental or whatever they're going to do with that, and advice as to what it may be worth when they're finished doing the work.
That's the great thing about auction, that once all of that's done for both sides, whether you're buying or selling, the deal's done, and 28 days later it all goes through.
The key to success always is doing things properly and doing things honestly. And that particularly applies to auctions. We have a 4-week window from launching the auction lots to the auction day itself. We have to get it right. We sell successfully at auction because we get our marketing right and we get our guide prices right. Very often we get in excess of those figures, and that pleases our sellers. The buyers have to pay those figures because that's what it's worth in the market. It's worth what somebody will pay on the day. But what somebody will pay on the day is legally committing. They cannot back out after that.
You can email us, you can pick up the phone. We'll only be too happy to advise you honestly on whether your property might be right for auction or not.
We will have an initial conversation about yourself, about the history of the property. We will then go away and do some research in terms of where we think the property lies value-wise, and that will be an honest opinion as to where it needs to be for an auction.
There's no obligation, very informal. We'll have a sit down and a good chat, and we'll make sure that we both understand what the best route to sale is, and if that is auction, well then you're in the very best hands.
We absolutely certainly provide the best service in our area for auctions, and we intend to continue doing that.